Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ratnika and this is Natural Vibrations. I thought I would do a quick new moon reading. This is a general reading for everyone watching my channel. So I'm just going to pick from the numerology deck. This is the numerology deck by Michelle Buchanan. And I'm going to be picking some cards about the general energies that we are going to be facing at this new moon in Pisces. So dear universe, dear gods and goddesses, there's 6 elements. So what we may be just on this readings for all my readers, subscribers. What do we need to know regarding this? Whoop, too many cards. What do we need to know, universe, regarding this new moon? What is going on at this time? What do we need to know? Okay, interesting. We've got persevere. So we've got spiritual career. Let me go through all the cards. And we've got pride. So what's going to be happening at this time is that some of us, so this applies to different people. First of all, the energies at this time are very, very strong. So a lot of things are changing. We're going through severe, I don't know if anybody else has felt it. I said this in my twin flame video as well. The last 10 days, I've been feeling very weak. The energies have been really weird. So this is basically telling us that a lot of us are persevering during this time. We're even though things have been tough, we're sort of pushing through it, which is great. Spiritual career is going to be highlighted for quite a few people. Now, this doesn't have to be for everyone. I mean, in the sense of this is my spiritual career. I do healing, I do readings, but it could also highlight your connection with the divine in the sense of what do you do every single day. If your daily work is for your highest good, then that is your spiritual career. It doesn't mean you have to do healing work. It doesn't mean you have to be a reader or a healer or whatever. If you are an accountant, but every time you're crunching those numbers, you feel one with the divine because that is what, floats your boat, then that's your spiritual career. So that is going to be highlighted. Things may have been a little tough at work, which is why perseverance card comes up, because if it's your spiritual career, you have got to stick with it. We also got the pride card. Some of us may be working from our ego mind. This came up for the feminine in the twin flame reading as well. Now is not the time to think from the ego mind. It is very important for us to sort of, think from the heart and not let pride and ego come in the way. That is very important. A lot of times we tend to not do certain things because we're like, screw that. I'm not going to apologize to that person, or I'm not going to be the first one to do this. Whatever the case may be, pride is not needed right now, okay? The ego is not needed right now. All right, universe, what else are we going through during this full moon? We've got the adventure card. Just going to pick a couple more. It's going to be a really quick, one more, quick reading for everyone. All right, one more card, universe. What else are we going to be facing during this new moon in Pisces? All right, I think I'm going to sneeze. All right, we've got adventure. Now might be a good time for us to start doing different things. It's time to start a new adventure. The new moon is a time of new beginnings. So maybe, for a lot of people, cycles have been ended, old karmic cycles have ended, and now is a time for you to start something new, to follow your bliss, to try to do things that are adventurous, that kind of get your blood pumping, Be more adventurous in life, and this is a good opportunity for you guys to start doing that. We've got the abundance card. So the new moon also brings abundance in all areas for a lot of us. This means in terms of money, in terms of love, in terms of happiness, just overall fulfillment. This is also a time of just allowing abundance to come in. Once we go on new adventures, try new things, get rid of that ego that is stopping us, we are going to be attracting a lot of good things, a lot of abundance. The environment card also came up. This means it's important for us to pay attention to the environment we're in. What are the kind of people we're surrounding ourselves with? Who are what situations are we in? Are we are we putting up with people and situations and things which don't serve us? Because our environment is that, really affects our well-being. So if you're surrounded by negative people, you'll end up being very negative. If you're surrounded by positive people, happy people who uplift you, that's the kind of energy you're going to be there. If you're in a house that is very toxic, again, that's negative energy. So it's very important to pay attention to the environment you're in. All right, I'm going to pick one more card. Spirit is telling me I need one more card. Universe, any other information? Time out. All right, this one, it's time for us to relax a little bit. I think a lot of us have been, I'm going back to the perseverance card. A lot of us have been going through a tough time. Things have not been easy the last few weeks. It's also because there are lots of planetary shifts happening. And we've gone through it. We've pushed through it. But for some of us, it's time to relax a little bit before we go on to the next adventure, which is also important. Before you start going on your next adventure, it's time to take a little me time. Relax. Take a little chill pill. Take a couple of days and not do anything. Just focus on relaxation. Focus on yourself. Focus on a time out. Stop worrying so much about your future, about your career, about who you're with, what's going to happen, the ego mind. Just take a time out. Because once we relax a little, then things start coming into focus. I was telling somebody this the other day on Facebook that if you're too stressed out, we're never going to find the solutions we need, because the universe doesn't have any room to send us messages because our mind is overactive. But once we calm down and we relax for a little bit, the universe will give us ideas that will help us get out of the situation that we want to get out of. All right, so it's time for a little time out. So I'm just going to recap everything. It's a very quickie little reading. First of all, things have been really tough the last few days, and a lot of us have persevered through it. We've stayed strong, and we must continue to stay strong no matter what. It's important to start paying attention to what we do as a career, and if it works for our highest good, if it helps us connect with the divine in whatever aspect that we are. If you're a musician, does it help you connect spiritually to the universe? If you're an accountant, does that help you connect? It does not matter what you do as long as it fulfills you and makes you feel like you're doing what you're meant to do. All right? So that is very important. Don't let ego come in the way of anything in your life, okay? Right now is not the time to be proud, is not the time to be resentful. Work from the heart and not from the ego, all right? It is time for new adventure, but before you go into a new adventure, it's time to take a little time out for yourself. Don't maybe mentally give yourself a time out. Don't overstress on things. Nothing has to be decided right now. Relax for a bit, and once you feel a little ready, it's time to start new things. Go on a new adventure. Try out different things. Now, 5 is a number of change. 55, change is occurring. Things are changing. New adventures you're going to be embarking on a new adventure. So it's time for you to allow that. And when you do, abundance is going to come your way. Abundance is going to come your way in all aspects of your life. However, it is also important for us to pay attention to the environment we're in, the kind of people we surround ourselves with, the kind of place we are in. If you're getting a negative energy from anybody, cut those people out, man. I just did that, and honestly, it's the best thing. It hurts. It's not always easy, but if somebody's making you feel like shit all the time, you don't need to be around them. I'm going to pick one card from the Whispers of Love, as an overall love message for this new moon, for everyone watching my channel. Dear universe, dear gods and goddesses, please welcome me to just honest readings. What is a love message? So let's see. I want one card, universe, please. This card deck always ends up giving me like 30 cards at the same time because it's new. So let's see if one card comes up. Universe, we'll need one card regarding this new moon in Pisces. What is going on in the love life for all my readers and Scorpions? Oh, you can see. Come on. Come on. All right. I'm sorry. Oh, see? Well, we got 2 cards. Get to know each other. Learning to meet another's need for love is important for a relationship to grow. And love who you are. You're a divine and wonderful person deserving of all wonderful things that life has to offer. All right. So there are 2 aspects to this. First of all is love who you are. Okay. This comes, can you see that? Yeah. If I look at the earlier cards, time of adventure, time to put down the ego. Before we can embark on loving anybody else, it is very important to be true to yourself, okay? That means not letting the ego mind come in the way. The ego is always trying to protect us, but it's not always telling us what's good for us. If you go from a place of love, you go to connect with the divine, then you'll be able to get the answers. The fact that you had spiritual career also highlighted talks about being true to who you are. Now is the time to be true. If there is something that fulfills you, that makes you truly feel joyful, then that is what you need to be doing, or that's who you're supposed to be. So once you're true to yourself, the divine will make everything work out for you. But you have to be true to yourself. And this is a very important lesson for you guys to learn during this new moon. The other is get to know each other. Learning to meet another's need for love is important for a relationship to grow. What this talks about is, again, when we are trying to meet someone new, when we're trying to make a relationship work, it is important to understand what the other person needs as well. It is important for us to have our needs met, but at the same time, we need to understand what the other person needs and whether we can fulfill it so that they can also be in a happy relationship. So now is the time for you to get to know the people you are in a romantic relationship with, or you're considering a romantic relationship with. Maybe you need to dig deeper. Maybe there are things about them that you don't know. Maybe if their situation isn't going the way you want to, maybe you need to sort of connect and understand what is now working for them. What is it that they need to make this relationship better? Whatever the case may be, now is the time to get to know each other. This could also be for people who have not been in touch with their partners for a while. If you look at my twin flame reading, there was communication, there was the union card. So for some of them, this may be reflecting on that you might connect with your twin flame and get to know each other again and start connecting. But for those of you that there is nobody else, it's important for you to love who you are, because self-love is the first step. All right, this was a really, really, really quick reading for this new moon. If you wish to book a private reading, you can log on to my website, naturalvibrations.in. All details are listed below, and I will be in touch soon. Take care. Bye.